What jobs to do in your allotment and garden in January? Welcome to Gardening with Ben, everybody. In today's video we're going to be sharing tips and advice on what you should be doing in your garden and allotment in January. So make sure you've got a notepad, making notes, or give this video a save until next time and watch it back. But here's the tips and advice for January. Clear away dead crops and spent plants. If it's nice outside, get yourself out in the garden. We've had a very mild winter so far, so a lot of my jobs have been done already. We've got a load cleared away, all the weeds cleared, all the beds cleared, ready for next year's growing. Remove any weeds that do grow while the growth is slow during the winter months. If you've got any brassicas growing, cut back the brassica leaves to reduce the pests what can form on them. Tidy all your paths and remove any trip hazards. If you're like me, I'm a very lazy gardener. I leave stuff dotted around all over the place. Get those paths cleared, ready for the year ahead. Compost any healthy plant waste, but if it's diseased or not good, don't compost it. Find other ways to get rid of the old plants. Soil preparation. Dig over any empty beds if the weather allows. Yes, they may be wet, they may be heavy, but it's a good workout and you can get them all cleared and turned over, ready for the new year. Add any well-rotted manure or garden compost to the beds to improve them. I always chuck my old compost on my beds and dig it in, and helps improve the soil. Leave soil rough to let the frost break down. I always leave my beds uncovered so that frost does help break it down, and dig it over and keep it maintained, ready for next year. Cover unused beds with cardboard, fleece or membrane. If there's beds that you're not going to be working on in the years to come, cover them over and keep them weed free, and it'll keep it looking a lot more tidier and better for next year. Pruning and plant care. Prune any apple and pear trees. Don't prune your stone fruits like your plums or your cherries. They're meant to be done at the end of summer. So prune any apples and pear trees now, ready for the growth of next year. Prune currants, gooseberries and raspberries. Remove any dead or damaged or cross branches. I don't know much about pruning. I'm just one of these. I'll have a go at it and give it a good chance. I usually take some off the top and any that are pointing downwards or crossing over one another to help with the airflow. Cut back any autumn fruiting raspberries. They can be pruned right back to the bottom and they will grow fresh raspberries on them next year. Whereas summer raspberries, you leave the new growth what grew last year and let them fruit this year. The old ones have usually gone brown, so you can usually prune the old canes back. Check any overwintering brassicas for pests or rot on them, and get rid of any old leaves what are on them. Inspect perennial crops like rhubarb and asparagus. Get them all ready for growing next year. My rhubarb's started popping through already, but don't have hope, don't think it's growing yet, because as soon as the frost comes it will kill it back, and it'll usually start again March, April time. Sowing and planting if the conditions allow. Sow broad beans indoors and outdoors, and use a variety like aquadulus and get sowing them. If it's too cold outside, grow them in pots and then plant them outside when the weather allows. Sow onion seeds indoors. Now is the perfect time to sow those onion seeds, get them growing and then plant them out in March, April time. Sow leeks indoors. Again, get them sowing now and you can plant them out around March time. Sow early lettuce under cover if you've got a polytunnel. Get growing some indoors and you'll get early harvests before the other will be ready outside. Sow herbs indoors like parsley or chives, and then you can plant them out when it's weather permitting. Plant bare root fruit trees and bushes. Now is the perfect time to plant your fruit trees or your bushes while the weather's wet and damp. They'll take root a lot easier and get growing really fast. Plant garlic if it's still cold in your areas. Now is the perfect time to plant the garlic. If you've not planted any yet, have a look around and get growing some decent garlic to harvest in July. Greenhouses, polytunnels and cold frames. Clean your greenhouses, glass, To maximise the light ready for next year, my polytunnel needs a good wash down, getting rid of all the algae and getting rid of all the dirt on it so that the light can get through a lot easier. Wash your pots, trays and seed modules. There's diseases hanging around on them. As soon as it gets warmer, they'll spawn and get growing again. So give them a good clean down and wash down now. Ventilate on mild days to reduce the damp inside polytunnels and greenhouses. That's what causes all the algae and the moss. So let the air flow through it and let the fresh air get in there. Repair any winter storm damage. If your polytunnel split or any glass what's broken, repair it now before any more winter damage happens. If you're on top of it, it will save you time in the long run, and it could cause a lot more damage if you don't repair it. Wildlife and pest control. Feed the birds regularly. One thing that I always do, I feed them every week. I love to see the birds down here. Yes, they can cause pests like rats and squirrels and mice, but I do love to see the birds down here. Make sure you clean them first so that there's no diseases on them, the bird feeders, and you don't want diseases spreading to the birds, so keep them nice and clean. Check your netting and supports so that no pests can get inside them, or squirrels or animals, because there's not much vegetation around, so they will be looking for food. So check your netting to make sure everything's okay. Remove any slug hiding spots. If you've got bricks lying around or if you've got weeds built up in an area, move them, because slugs do like the wet and damp conditions, so keep on top of that. Maintenance and repair. Repair your raised beds and your edging. That's one thing that I'm doing now. I'm repairing all my beds what have rotted so that they're ready for next year. Fix your fences, gates and netting. Check sheds for leaks, because you don't want leaks getting into the sheds. Sharpen and clean all your tools, get them all ready and set for next year. Make sure that they're all cleaned up and oiled up if they've got oil on them, and clean and service all your tools. Planning and organisation. Plan your beds, plan your crop rotation for the year. Decide what you're going to grow, where and when, and don't plant anything that's been planted in the same place twice, because it will have taken a lot of the nutrition out of the ground. Make a sowing calendar so that you can see when you're going to be sowing stuff. I've got a diary what I make notes in so that I know when I planted it, how it's grown, what variety it's grown and how well it's grown as well. So make a diary is a perfect thing. Plan any new beds and layout changes. I use the winter period as a time of preparation and improvement to my plot. I always improve it during the winter months, so it's a great time to get it all ready before March, before the main focus of sowing all the seeds and all the transplanting. Get all your maintenance jobs done now. So that is all the jobs which you can be doing in the January period. Let me know if you've completed any of these or made a list of them all so that you can get them all ticked off and get them all done during January. I hope you found it useful. Remember to save the video, share it to anybody that may need it, and until next time everyone, remember, keep smiling, keep shining.